Hey guys, I'm Ethan Williams. I decided to try out Android Wear, so I picked up an LG G Watch over the weekend and I've been using it for a couple days now. And I'm just going to go through what I liked about it with the design and the software. It's a pretty sweet watch. So the LG G Watch feels really solid. It's got this little casing in the middle that has a layer of plastic on the bottom, a metal side here that makes it really smooth and easy to grip, and then a plastic up here, and I think it's encased in glass maybe. The whole thing feels really solid, which I thought it wouldn't. It looks kind of plasticky. But yeah, it's really solid. A lot of people didn't like it and chose Moto 360 over it because it felt more solid, and I don't get that at all. Another thing that's kind of been compared to the Moto 360, which I've used, by the way, I should probably mention that, is this kind of rectangular display in here surrounded by the wide bezels. If you see the Moto 360, it's got a round display and absolutely no bezel at all, except for a little software piece down here that hides all the drivers. I actually like this a lot more. On the Moto 360, I would constantly get my finger caught on the edge because there was no bezel, and so the screen and the side of the watch were very sharp, and it was harder to use the swipe features, which is what Android Wear is based on. And then as far as the band goes, this is honestly the best band I've ever seen on a watch anywhere. It just feels so comfortable. So if you're looking for a watch that you just want to put on and kind of forget about unless you need to use it and not really kind of sit there and be noticeable, this is the watch. This is amazing. It feels great. And it's thin too. So it's like, this is probably, in my opinion, the better looking and better feeling smartwatch over the Moto 360. Only thing I don't like about it, and that I wish LG would add on, is that it doesn't have a physical button on the side. The Moto 360 has a button which helps kind of bypass some of the swipe features in Android Wear, and I like it a lot better. I don't know if it's just because I'm kind of new to Android Wear, but I don't like the swipe stuff yet. And so having that physical button there really made me more comfortable with the Moto 360. And if they could add that on, that would be great. Otherwise, Android Wear is pretty early on right now, and I think if you give it a couple years, all of my questions, and the hardware producers for that matter, if you give it a couple years, it'll be really great, and this watch is great to start out with, so very good material design on it. And now I'll talk a little bit about the software. The LG G Watch is pretty much the same as any other Android Wear device, and that being said, I'm not a really big fan of it yet. It's got a lot of notifications, but not really anything you can do. So I think at above $200, people are really overpricing this stuff for the actual functionality that it gives you. Now on the main part here, you've got the watch face, which tells you the time, and it's pretty customizable. On this watch, you just hold down, and then you can get the different faces here. I'm on an app called Facer, which is really nice. You can customize it with pictures of yourself or submitted designs. Then you can go down and you have notifications, like here's a YouTube notification and a Gmail notification, Amazon order, so actually really useful stuff there. You can also do Google Now by tapping twice or saying OK Google, like you can on a really like a pure Android phone. So you can do notes, reminders, it tracks your steps, that one is really nice, navigate you places, send texts. So that's probably my favorite part about this watch, is how much functionality you get out of Google Now. Otherwise, the notifications don't really do it for me. I can't justify paying $200 and above for something that just gives me notifications I can already pick up and see on my phone. So a little bit of a trade-off there, but overall a really cool software. I like it a lot, and in a couple of years I think it could really develop into something great.